NEPS is the Department of Education and Skills psychological service to the schools of the country. NEPS currently provides a psychological service to all mainstream schools and a number of special schools. Our long-term goal is to provide a service to all schools and centres of education in the country.
So it works at many levels. At one level, I suppose, we're involved in informing policy and advising the Minister and the Department about good practice in schools. At another level, we're involved with individual children who may need support. And in the middle there's a lot of work done in terms of supporting schools to be more effective, working with teachers and supporting them in their work. So it's a multi-leveled approach.
NEPS is a consultation-based service. We work in partnership with teachers and parents to promote social, emotional competence and academic skills. We do this by working with the teachers and parents in school to work with all children, some children or a few children. And we do this through a model of problem solving, always asking what is a concern, what can we do about it, and then did it work?
Well, it depends on who you are. If you are a parent, you need to talk to your school. If you're a student, you need to talk to your teachers or your learning support teachers. And if you are a teacher, you need to talk to your principal. Generally, most referrals come to NEPS through the principal, through a process of planning. We plan, we prioritise and we support. But that wouldn't mean that if there's emergencies that we couldn't see people either.
It's a learning organisation, and it refers to theory in terms of educational psychology theory and good practice and research to inform how it works in schools.
NEPS promotes lots of different strands of work within school psychology so that it is always evolving and making sure that the right evidence-based practice is looked at. So it's quite a dynamic organisation.
We have guidelines for schools and we have a resource pack for schools. These materials encompass the best evidence-based practice that schools can put in place to deal with critical incidents, and they're available for schools on the website so that when an incident happens, the school can download them, can access them, and anything a school might need in terms of how they would deal with an incident is available in these documents. We would advise schools to be really prioritising the whole area of curriculum related to social personal health education.
I do think that particularly issues around trying to manage that very stressful process for children sometimes at school, which is that issue of how the child begins to settle in and relate to their peer group, and managing issues to do with anxiety.
We're not seen as the kind of finished product when you finish college, and there's a lot of support around us, retraining, getting better at what we do and using the expertise within the organisations.
Our practice in NEPS is founded on a strong evidence base. This means we need to keep up to date with the latest and most cutting-edge national and international research available. We also believe in NEPS in taking every opportunity to conduct research ourselves as part of our practice.
Tablet technology has been shown in the literature to increase children's motivation, their ability to work independently, their participation in class, as well as their social interaction with their peers, amongst many other things. But it's particularly useful for children with special educational needs.
One of the things we've been working on recently is developing resources that schools can use and trying to make those resources as streamlined and accessible as possible for teachers so that nobody's reinventing a wheel the wheel being a fine invention. So we're looking at things like the student support file, where we have made it as accessible as possible across primary and post-primary, and there's formats there in which teachers can make a note of the plans they have to support a student in a very simple and accessible way. NEPS as an organisation are working hard to support the National Literacy and Numeracy Strategy. In relation to that, we've developed resources that teachers can access online, in particular effective interventions for struggling readers.
NEPS depends hugely on a dedicated administrative staff in the local offices and in head office, and they're important and essential when we have a service of psychologists who are out in schools and on the road, and we depend hugely on them.
Admin has 22 regional offices throughout the country with 30 admin staff in all. We support approximately 180 psychologists. On day-to-day basis, we would carry out secretarial duties. We would deal with ordering and purchasing, the financial end of things. We also provide the psychological material for psychologists and provide them with equipment that they would need to carry out their service. We would deal with queries from the public, from schools, from parents and the general public.
We work within complex systems, and it's always difficult to see immediate change when you're working with pupils, parents, teachers, and within the broader educational system. So it can be difficult to unpick exactly what the issues are, and also to, I suppose, see change as quickly as you'd like to see it.
The real challenge is to try and deliver a service within limited resources. Like many other agencies, we have limited numbers of staff, so as a result we have to make sure that we are operating in a way that is cost effective and yet ethical for children.
Our vision is to be a service that aspires to the highest standards in application of psychology in education, and that is recognised for its contribution to the education of all children and to the promotion of an inclusive society.